Hey Black Girls Crafting Network, it's me Genoa and I'm here with another video. And I'm sorry that it's taken so long for me to post a video in the group, but there's been a lot going on, and eventually this may also be shared across my YouTube platform as well, so I'm not really sure. I'd like to take a moment and just ask that you guys pray for my best friend and sister who has a mom that's been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, and so that's kind of what I've been dealing with off camera, behind the scenes. So again, charge my head, not my heart. I've just been kind of dealing with a lot with trying to be there for my sister. So let's go ahead and get into the video. This is going to be a sublimation shopping list. So we're going to go over some of the things that you're going to need in order to be successful at sublimation. I'm in no way, shape, or form an expert at sublimation. I know enough to be dangerous. And I recently, as you guys know, converted over a printer for sublimation. And so let's get started first with the printer, because you can't do anything without having that set up. So I'm going to take you over to the one that I'm using. I am using an Epson 7720, which is like a big ass fucking printer. Excuse my language. I did not know that it was going to be this big until I got it home, and it's pretty large. So it's been a while since I've taken you guys on a tour of the craft cave, and it is in no condition for company right now, but I'm going to try and make it work as best as possible without embarrassing the hell out of myself. So let's go ahead and go over to the printer. Okay, so this is the Epson 7720, and it is a regular inkjet printer, but you convert it to a sublimation printer. Now, you can buy a printer that's already a sublimation printer, like a Sawgrass, and that's like kind of like the top of the line in terms of sublimation, or supposedly, but it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. So I paid about 300 in tax for this. I purchased it from Office Max, Office Depot, whatever it's called now. And yeah, so the 7720 has dual tray system. This is the lower tray, okay, and it'll fit 13 by 19, okay? You can get up to 13 by 19. So that was the reason why I chose this particular printer, because I knew that I wanted to do shirts, and I wanted to be able to do as close to an all-over design as possible. It also has a second tray. So this tray 1, that's on the bottom, tray 2. And this one, I just keep my 8.5 by 11. So you have dual trays, no need to change it each and every time. Okay, so this is the printer. Now I chose, you can see I don't have any hardware hanging off of the side of my printer. I didn't want to do one of those things that had the tank on the side. It was just too messy. I tried to convert it originally using that system, and I failed horribly. So let me just figure out how to open up this thing with one arm. There we go. All right. So what I am using, if you can see here, I am using refillable cartridges. Okay. And I will give you guys the information on where you can purchase this particular system if you want to purchase the 7720 printer or similar. But these are a godsend for me, because when the ink gets low, I just pop out the cartridge, fill it up with the ink that I have, and I'll show you guys the ink that I'm using as well, and I am good to go. Okay, and I don't have to worry about that tank hanging off of the side and any of that. Okay, so that is the Epson 7720. All right, so queens, here we have the little pamphlet that I kept that came in my refillable ink cartridge system, and here is the information. Go ahead and check out that website, give them a call, send them an email, and see if they have something that can help you in your conversion. Honey, don't pay attention to my nails, they are jacked. Okay, so anyways, I don't mind sharing, because what's for you is for you, what's for me is for, you know, for me. So I just, you know, kept these little instructions, and I'm glad I did. I've been able to help a couple people out with getting their system set up. So that is the company for the ink cartridges. Now, the company that I use for the actual ink, this is the company I use. There are tons of companies out there. Find one that you feel works good for you. However, these colors, and I haven't opened this one yet. I have one that is already open. These colors pop. They look really good. I get a lot of compliments and a lot of questions about what kind of ink I'm using. So I'm using Printer's Jack Sublimation Ink, and I purchased them from Amazon. So you can go on Amazon. This one was not from Amazon. You have to go from their website. Okay, but I have one that's already open, so let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so I can't remember if these needles came with the cartridges or if they came with the ink. I want to say they came with the cartridges, but this is the the needle that you use and you get your ink out. So you can see I've refilled mine a couple of times, but it lasts pretty long. You stick the needle in there and then you just refill your cartridge with the needle. It is so easy. Like I said, I've refilled it a few times now and I haven't had any problems. When you're setting up your Epson printer, it is going to give you an error message and tell you you're not using Epson ink, and you just can bypass right past that. Okay, so this isn't the actual conversion video or how to, because I've already converted mine, but this it's just very easy. You just keep going past the step, say, yeah, I know I'm not using your ink, let's keep it moving, hit continue, and it'll let you. Alright, so next thing in our shopping list, you're going to need sublimation paper. You cannot print on regular paper or heat transfer vinyl or any of that. It has to be sublimation paper. So I use two different kinds. Both of them I like. I don't have a preference. It's just one is one size and the other is a different size. So I use a sublimation paper, 8.5 by 11, and this is what the box looks like, and it was purchased from Amazon. And I use the Koala brand, let me bring it down, the Koala brand sublimation paper. And this is the 11 by 17 size, also purchased from Amazon. Now, when you get the paper, it has a different feel to it. I mean, you'd have to touch it. It feels a lot different from like heat transfer paper. And the colors are going to be muted. So like when you print it out, don't be alarmed that the colors look kind of faded. They don't pop until once the heat is applied. So yeah, once you apply your heat, you'll be just fine. So these are the two sublimation papers that I've been using, and I love. Okay, ladies, next on our shopping list, we are going to need a heat source. And you can see the two heat sources that I use for sublimation. I have my big old heat press, and then I have my Easy Press 2, both of which work just fine. If you don't have a heat press, don't worry. The Easy Press 2 will allow for you to complete your projects. You won't be able to use your at-home iron though, ladies. All right, next on our shopping list, lady, you're going to need blanks. So sublimation blanks, things that you can apply your sublimation designs onto. And so I have a variety of blanks that I've used, some of which I've purchased from companies specifically selling sublimation products. Others that I got from Dollar Tree. So it really just depends, okay? And you want to just, when you're going into these stores, just use your imagination, keep your mind open. Because some of the things, like I said, you can purchase right from Dollar Tree. Okay, so this being one of them. This is a canvas panel that I got from Dollar Tree that I covered with glitter vinyl. And then I sublimated this image from the Paid in Full movie right onto the glitter vinyl. So you can see, okay? This is an actual sublimation mug. So I purchased this sublimation mug from a company that sells them, and this was the design that I did. Okay, so it has the definition for melanin on one side, and then it says lightly melanated hella black, because that's me. All right, this is a mouse pad that I made for Latoya's gift basket. Shout out to my girl Toya. This is a puzzle. Okay, so this was one of the leftover ones from Father's Day, but I just put it in a t-shirt bag and then stuck my little business sticker on the back. This is a 11 by 14 canvas that I put a sublimation design on. This has a little bit of line going across it, but that's not because of the sublimation. That's because of the type of thermal paper that I used. But this is an 11 by 14 canvas that I purchased from Dollar Tree. And then you guys have seen the videos that I've posted in the group where we made the cutting boards and the t-shirts and we did the coasters using sublimation. If you haven't watched those, you can go back and watch those. We've also done shirts, socks, just a bunch of different other projects. The thing to keep in mind with the sublimation, ladies, is that your imagination is your only limit. So the only other thing that you're going to need, ladies, to be able to do your sublimation designs is you're going to need your software that you're going to use. But you can use Canva, which is free. You can use Inkscape, that's also free. Word, if you have Microsoft Word. Any kind of program that's going to let you print. Okay, so you're just going to print that from your sublimation printer. Make sure you print in reverse because you print and then you put it face down. So you want it to make sure that you print it in reverse. And then that's pretty much it. I'm sorry that the video is so long, but you guys know I like to talk, especially when I'm using my white girl voice. I hope that you were able to learn something from this video, and leave a comment below if you did. I'd like to know if you guys think that this is even worthy of me putting on any of the other platforms, if you learned something or not, okay? Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.